Welcome back, everybody, for another episode here on the Psych Ward. Today, as the runner-up in one of our more recent polls, we head back to the 2010s to ask the important question: what happened to Symbiotic Titan? Before beginning, if you could be so kind as to leave a like on the video, and afterwards, if you've enjoyed the show, think about becoming a patient here at the Psych Ward. Sym Biotic first premiered on Cartoon Network on September the 17th, 2010, and ended April 9th, 2011 with only 20 episodes, though many may have watched it from October 6, 2012 to July 20th, 2013, which were the reruns aired on Adult Swim. Created by legend of the animation community Genndy Tartavosky, the brilliant mind behind shows like Dexter's Laboratory, Samurai Jack, Primal, Unicorn Warriors, and many more, Symbiotic Titan, even in its first episode, captures that infamous Tartavosky style. From the soundtrack to sound and character design within the show, to the iconic facial animations he's known for, it had it all. With a nigh-perfect mix, in my opinion, of dynamic action and visual storytelling, Symbiotic Titan stands out as the only mech-style animation we've seen from Tartavosky, with the Titan's makeup and general theme being very reminiscent of East Asian mech series. The series begins with our three protagonists fleeing their homeworld of Galaluna after a coup overthrew their government and royal family. Lance, a former soldier, Alana, the crown prince of Galaluna, and Octus, a mysterious artificial life form programmed to assist Lance and Alana, are sent to Earth with hopes of blending in. But it's soon revealed the forces that took their homeworld are still at work to find and neutralize the threat of the princess. This leads to the Multani to send out and assign beasts to Earth to seek and destroy the last remnants of the former ruler's authority. While at first, the group chooses to lay low out of fear of being discovered, they eventually have to engage the Multani creatures to protect the Earth from the invaders that they themselves brought. This creates Symbiotic Titan's overall arcing theme. While our protagonists try to carve out some semblance of a normal life in human society, they are each episode pursued or involved in some sort of conflict, and eventually have to form the true Symbiotic Titan, connecting body, heart, and mind to defeat the monster of the day. And though this formula usually gets stale in some series, Symbiotic creates a world of colorful characters that add depth and world building to the overall plotline itself. From secret agencies, government forces, alien invasion, or their own daily struggles on Earth, the trio have to navigate a foreign world as essentially refugees. And even in its monster a day trope, the show constantly creates a dynamic and unique monster that even our protagonists have to adapt to or lose. Though you knew they would in the end, this still led each episode being packed with emotional moments and meaningful messages. Further, in general, the show pulled no punches in its display of mature content, from mass-scale destruction, death, blood, and most controversial, perhaps, its depiction of not-so-kid-friendly scenes.
Triangle has two congruent sides.
Shake it, bake it, booty, quick it.
Symbiotic Titan may have simply been before its time, but with its origins out the way, we have to address the main topic for this video: what really happened to Symbiotic Titan? And honestly, after research, I've learned that there were actually a fair number of things, but first, I'll say what we're all thinking. Some animations were a little too grown up, so to speak. In all of his series, Tartavosky is incredibly good at expressing intent or explaining actions through body language of his characters. So with characters like Octus, for example, you'll notice he moves very precisely, usually not making any expression or movement unless necessary or to depict what he is overall doing. Still, the majority of the show, when he moves, it usually means something. In a way, we can see this with all of our protagonists. Lance is the body of the Titan. As a character, his body language is often defensive or rigid, and his personality is a little abrasive. And he always appears critical or at least cautious of their surroundings in the situation. This is because Lance is a literal trained guard of the royal family, and amongst that, one of the best, and the one tasked with guarding the princess on an alien world. Alana, the heart of the Titan, is always shown with open arms on the other hand, and always presents a warm smile, inviting demeanor, and her best effort to engage strangers, because she's literally a princess, trained to reach out and diplomatically engage people to form relationships. Now, going back to Octus, who is the mind of the Titan and the biggest example. Like I said earlier, Octus rarely ever moves without purpose. Even when he's actually running, you don't see anything on his top body move. It's just his legs moving at incredible speeds. And every depiction of what he does is, like his origin, vaguely robotic or artificial. But Octus somehow invites the other side of the body language point that I'd like to make. As I've established, Tartavosky is adept at visual storytelling, so in moments like the trio meeting their neighbor Barb and her interaction with Octus and his dad disguised for the first time, it's a bit obvious what she was there to do. Or back to the scene at their house where the head cheerleader tries to get Octus to do a math test and it leads to a literal twerk session.
No.
Even then, other moments are a bit cringe when you think about it, like animating the literal curves and butt cheeks of girls walking. And ironically, even in less raunchy moments, the show could actually be seen as a bit unnerving with some stuff I understand that could be seen as extremely graphic, like giant monsters that level city blocks, constant gunfights with death, and genuinely unnerving scenes if you're a child. But slightly adult subject matter is hardly a reason to cancel the show, right? It could have been that the monster of the day trope got boring, which I think is the weakest possible theory, because with the world building involved with the forces of Earth, we even got moments of the story where Symbiotic Titan wasn't even around and the forces of the planet had to engage these massive monsters, and in one case actually won. The Symbiotic Titan itself even had multiple weapons and even different forms to complement the different battles that they would have had to do, so I don't see how that would have been anything. But tragically, the truth is, Symbiotic Titan seemingly failed to the same things a lot of Cartoon Network shows do. Lack of toy sales. Even after the first season, Symbiotic hadn't even gotten a proper license to a toy line, and that's the nail in the coffin for any show, as merchandise is often the only real lifeline. So, just like Generator X or the Thundercats 2011 remake, it was turned into a tax write-off for the company and thrust into obscurity. To this day, you can't even find it on streaming services, even on Max, which has all of Tartavosky's other great shows. So, I'll end by saying, I'll be making another video to actually talk about the world of Symbiotic Titan, because even though it was canceled after 20 episodes, once again, it does a magnificent job in in-depth world building with memorable characters that after my rewatch, I think deserve a true in-depth analysis. We didn't even get to know the fate of the Galilean homeworld, nor Alana's father, Octus's origins, how the Titans' interactions with Earth's military ended, or exactly what GS3 was and who its mysterious leader Solomon is. So for now, that's what happened to Symbiotic Titan. Although, it is said in one interview with Genndy Tartavosky, he stated while talking about Symbiotic Titan that there's more to finish, it's just nobody's letting me do it just yet. So, perhaps like Samurai Jack, we'll get a continuation and possibly resolution to the story, but for now, thanks for watching everybody. Remember, stay safe and stay sane, and I'll see you on the next one.